Okay, so I think the pregnant pause is me waiting for the stream to go live so I can double check that everything is working correctly. If you know me at all, followed along, I always do everything just like one take. Live videos anyway, so I figured we would just do this one. We just stream it on Twitch and then upload it to YouTube. Export it to YouTube from Twitch. So anyway, the purpose of this video today is I wanted to do a quick video about this new microphone that I got, which is the Samsung QU2, which I was just blown away with immediately. I didn't realize how much of a difference I needed to make. I've been having audio issues with. So if you looked at like some of my past streams or on my YouTube channel, the Doom Druid Saga, I've been using this microphone right here. This is a Blue Yeti. I've had it for a while now. It was a great microphone, but I always had like this kind of muffled voice sound for it. I couldn't. I would turn my sensitivity like all the way to, I could turn my sensitivity up, but it's still a condenser microphone, so it's going to pick up everything. I could turn my sensitivity. You always had to turn your sensitivity down, and then your mic volume down, and then you had to tweak some things with the compressor and stuff like that you would normally have to do with any other microphone. And I just could never get it dialed in, and I just couldn't figure out why. For my YouTube videos, or at least for my main, if you see my like book reviews on my YouTube channel and stuff like that, that's like my work setup. So there's like the camera that I'm talking to has a microphone like sitting like right on top of. That's a Rode NTG. And the only reason why I use that one because I was using the Yeti on that one, but it didn't look professional to have a big Yeti microphone sitting in front of you. It looked like some gamer streamer person or whatever. So I got the Rode NTG to put, which is like was it array microphone, directional microphone, whatever the name of that thing is. It's a microphone that you can like point it and it like gets it's a directional microphone. Anyway, it was relatively well reviewed. I got it because I could also use it for it's like self powered and everything. I could use it with my my phone, or if I get a camera later on, I could use it with my camera. But anyway, it just sits like on like this stack that just sits on the bottom. I have my monitor and then have my webcam on top of my monitor on like a monitor mount thing, and then on top of it's a whole like little spill, and then I have the Rode NG, so it looks like a professional setup or whatever because I use that for Zoom calls and stuff like that. And of course I do all my YouTube videos, and the sound is fine given that I am like 4 or 5 feet away from the mic. It's perfectly fine, right? And most of the time, like the audio is just Zoom audio, and Zoom does a lot of fancy processing to take out background, do noise isolation and take out background sounds and all of that jazz, at least while you're speaking. And so it works fine for that. And I didn't want to buy another Rode NTG because ultimately it didn't isolate things as well as I thought it would, and it didn't sound as crisp as I really wanted. So anyway, I'm doing the streaming with the Yeti. Where, by the way, I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get it set up right, and so let me go here to this one right here. So I literally just got this thing. By the way, you've seen the webcam that's the Logitech C9 Pro, whatever. Like it's super duper cheap. I bought it friggin' forever ago. What? 3 years ago. But I bought this Yeti in 2013. So it's over 10 years old. And I think what it really comes down to, and it's $130, right? I bought it for $100. So, I mean, when the Yeti came out, it was a it was a nice microphone, and if you didn't know anything about microphones, and truthfully, I didn't really know much about the different types. I've been sort of an audio nerd, but I never been big into like microphones or anything. So I just didn't know when I bought this thing. This is one of the first like USB microphones that wasn't just a cheap throwaway microphone. It was supposed to be. This is a premium mic, a premium desktop mic. A USB mic. It worked. It worked really well, but it was obviously really sensitive and everything. It kept up. You would get every bit of room noise. It's really designed for a room that's been really well controlled for noise and stuff like that. That's really what a condenser microphone is. It's for studio recordings, really. And which isn't the scenario you're using at home most of the time, right? So it's kind of a mismatch. And I'm I don't regret the purchase, but like if you look at this compared to this Samsung Samsung, where is it, Samsung or Samsung? Yeah, if you compare this to Samsung, it's $130 now to get a new Yeti. This microphone is $70. It's a USB microphone, and I'm going to get some hate for saying this. If you are just doing desktop audio, so even if you are a pro streamer, you have no need for a anything but a USB, especially if you just got a one computer setup. You don't need an external interface and to do the XLR thing. XLR cables are for long cable runs. We're talking hundreds of feet. You can pick up a lot of noise in hundreds of feet of cable run, and so you need the noise isolation that XLR cables give you. But that isn't the use case here. You're like at most like a dozen feet away over a digital connection. Digital, not an analog connection. So it's not, if you get interference, the connection just breaks. You don't get any audio. You don't get, you just get the digital scraping. Your USB device will disconnect, right? So you don't need all that stuff. The only reason why you might want to use it is if you want it to use pro audio chain stuff. So you want it to use like a pro audio voice platform to handle your compressor and the voice, have like all the hardware stuff like that. But at least to me, I don't see that there's any point to getting anything but a USB mic on a computer. And it also it's really nice. So this thing, if you get the Yeti, one of the cool things is you got the volume and mute control, of course, and then you have the orb selector or whatever, where it chooses the pattern, the pickup pattern, and then you have gain and stuff like that. But on the bottom, you have just USB connection. You also have a microphone connection that you can monitor audio through, monitor audio directly from the microphone here, and also it's powered, and you can run your microphone, your headphones off of it as well. This thing does the same as well. It has a little volume control, but this volume control here, this is one thing I didn't realize. This volume, before I bought it, I didn't really think about it. This volume control here controls the Windows volume. It's just like if you have a keyboard with a volume control, like I have one right now, or you click the volume control in the control panel on the desktop, it's that same volume control. So it's the desktop audio volume control. It just also happens to pipe in the monitoring for the microphone, which is kind of useful. The good thing about having the good thing of having the mic monitoring directly on the microphone is that there's no delay. So if you have any delay in your audio, you get what's called speech jamming, and you can't talk without tremendous effort. or just getting really used to you would have to really try. Most people can't talk if there's a delay in their voice that they're hearing. It breaks your brain. Like, look a YouTube video for it. It's hilarious. So if you've ever, if you have, as soon as you try it, you'll see exactly what everybody's talking about. It's called speech jamming or something like that. But anyway, so you do monitor on it, and if you mute the mic, you'll still have desktop audio that you get from the thing. It doesn't mute all audio. It'll just mute the microphone output also, and then it mutes the monitoring. So that's another indicator. So like right now, I can hear myself in my headphones, and I'm monitoring on my headphones, which is not something that I normally do on the Yeti. But it's kind of nice because it tells me like if I'm muted or not. I'm less likely to be accidentally muted. I don't have to look at my OBS levels on my mic and go, oh, I can see the levels are good. If I can hear myself, I know you guys can hear me. So that's another good thing. But it would be nice to have like a switch to let you just turn it off or mute it or whatever. Maybe there's maybe there's some like software settings or something, but I didn't see any software. I literally just put this thing and plugged it up, and it just worked like amazing. I didn't even have to tweak my OBS settings. I'm still using my compressor settings, but I'm like, unlike a compressor mic, things off axis don't really get picked up as much. Actually, let me turn off all of this. So I have a noise gate, noise suppression, and a compressor. Let me just go ahead and turn everything off. Yeah, there is a desktop fan like right back there in the far corner of this room here that's going right now, and you might hear that a little bit. You hear that? And you might be able to hear me breathe. I mean, so it's still reasonably sensitive. Obviously, we're going to. I'm sorry, you might get blown out a little bit because we don't have the compressor. I have no skill in controlling my voice volume, so I depend on the controls or whatever. But anyway, let's just do the off axis test again, so you can hear. So and like this is obviously like right in front of my face, but if I move this, I'm going to move this like pretty much directly in front of me, but further away. And now you can see it's really doesn't pick up room noise. You've got to be mostly just talking directly in the mic, right here, which is almost exactly what you want in a home scenario. Think about it this way: like rock bands use this is called dynamic microphone. Rock bands use a dynamic microphone, right? Because they've got the monitors that are blaring them from the front. They got the guitar players and the bass player on the. Let me go ahead and turn this processing back on. You got the guitar players and the bass player playing off to the side, and the drums jamming and everything, and all that noise. You don't want all of those different sound sources in the microphone, so that's why they use a dynamic microphone, because they can't isolate all those different sounds. You have to isolate it in the microphone. So anyway, long story short, this microphone I'm so impressed with because it is, like I said, freaking $70. Now, this is not my idea. I was just randomly on YouTube. I run across this YouTube channel called Stream Scheme or whatever. I think maybe I was trying to look at audio or something like that, trying to, I'm always trying to improve things or whatever. And by the way, this channel is fantastic. But I did see I saw several different videos. I saw him mentioning this mic, and he had said he had this video here. And so, I don't know if I can, does chat replay on me? I'll put a link in chat. of this video here, but and if I remember whenever I export, I'll try to get this stream here, but you can say it's stream scheme, and then you could search best streaming microphone if you wanted to get to it. If you don't know how to search, that's how you would search for it. I'll search for stream scheme, and then I'll look on his channel for this name here. You can search, like literally, like go here. I'm going to teach you how to Google. Goals. Right, and you can literally say best microphone. Yeah. See, like immediately comes up. That's how you search, guys.
Your streaming goals suck.
Anyway, this is a fantastic channel. I'm like plugging this guy real hard, but every freaking video he does is awesome. Anyway, let's get back to it. Anyway, the long story short, I am incredibly happy with this. By the way, I got this just an El Cheapo isolation mic. I don't even know if I needed it, but it works really great. I think this was like 10 or 20 bucks or something like that. It's not a big deal. I think all told, it, and the little thing came with another windscreen or whatever, but one was included in the box, the kit. It came with a stand, came with a USB cable, came with an XLR cable, and it came with this windscreen here as well. But when I got the little I am just the mounty thing, the shock mount. My brain doesn't work anymore. When I got the shock mount, it came with another windscreen. But I will say this thing here, I did see another video where a dude was saying that you probably want like the bigger one for like maybe a Shure SMB or something like that, a big one. And I did see the difference in audio, and I think it is true. He gets rather the pop, 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 pop explosives, plosives or whatever. And it did seem to reduce it, but I don't think I have a problem with that. I'm not really a plosive kind of guy. So, but that is another thing. It includes the little kit, includes everything. By the way, this microphone stand that I'm using is the blue microphone stand, and that was another thing. This thing is kind of heavy, and I don't know if my microphone, this blue stand, was one of the broken ones. Apparently, some of them are defective, or if mine eventually broke. But it's been sagging. If you've been watching on the stream, you'll see me like readjusting it all because it'll start sagging, especially if it gets remotely out of a 90-degree orientation. It starts, if I start doing like orientation like that, it starts doing this, and I could really tighten it up and it still doesn't work right. Now, this microphone setup is so much lighter and it just out of the way. Another thing is it's not freaking huge, This thing is just ginormous. It's always in the face. Now, I'm used to it. I've been using it for 10 years, so I'm used to it. But at the same time, it is a lot to like get in your face. So now I am just immediately liking this setup a whole lot easier. Like I can get the microphone here. I can get it kind of out of my face. It's still in front of me, and I still got great audio, because that's the key to getting audio, is to get the mic close. It's the basics. Get the mic close, get the sensitivity high enough to pick up your voice at close to the end level. So you're not having to boost it or limit it as much as possible. You want to have as clean an output from input to output as possible. And you do that by getting it close and getting the levels very close to what the output that you want. And and then do your processing. So anyway, at least that's how I think of audio. Anyway, I am so much happier with the audio here. I'll probably have to tweak a little bit with the compressor. I think I might have to tweak. I think the compression settings might need to be a little more aggressive on a dynamic mic. I'm not sure, but very happy with this purchase. I can't believe it. And I can also use it like it has an XLR. So you're not locked in. If you want to go the XLR route later and do an external interface, XLR interface and all that jazz, this isn't a wasted effort. See, this is they have different ones. I think the black one or whatever now, or Pro one or whatever, has an XLR interface on it. But so I mean, the Yetis have that. At least one version of the Yeti has that. But this one is like it's cheaper and it has the XLR, so I could still use this if I wanted to have a guitar or whatever. If I wanted to do, if I wanted to play live, I still have like a real dynamic microphone that I have a microphone stand and everything. So I already have like the live, production audio stuff that I would need. I could still use this in that setup. So it's just kind of like dual purpose. It's really perfect. I think the only thing that they could do is a separate volume control for the monitoring, and or muting the monitoring. If you have volume control, you have de facto mute audio. So I think if they could have a separate volume control for the mute, I don't. There's it's a very simple device. So I don't see that I have missed that anywhere, but who knows? Maybe I'm dumb. Let me know in the comments. I know you will. And I'm happy to hear your feedback. And anyway, I'm just so happy. The audio thing has been bugging me for literally over a year now. I was the reason why I got the Rode NTG on the other setup earlier this year, and it was better. It just wasn't crisp because it's so far away. I tried to get the mic up there, and that wasn't working, and I didn't want to change the audio setup for work and then for my YouTube videos. So now that's just how that setup works. And now I've got this streaming audio setup, which is just here in my room, and I don't have to worry about I don't know, you hear somebody screaming in the next room over or something like that. Because this microphone has such great isolation. Plus, I have open ear microphones, so you guys won't hear that, which is a thing that often could happen in loud sections with this thing. You guys could hear the, if I didn't have things set up correctly, you could hear like the audio coming just from my earphones, So anyway, this microphone is awesome. This should be the first microphone that you buy. It does every. I don't. I imagine. I think there's some other things that get recommended, like have on board like audio processing, so you could set it. But I didn't want anything that had any software associated with it, because I didn't want to have to install a driver or any software. I didn't have to sign up to anybody's service. I didn't have to sign into Samsung website and create an account to be able to tweak my record. This look, I took it out of the box. I put it on the stand and plugged it in, and it worked. It's just amazing, right? And it worked this well. Like, I spent 30 seconds like tweaking the audio, figuring out the audio levels and stuff like that, and I didn't really have to touch those. I was like, okay, I don't have to do anything. Everything's working. So it's just a great mic. Highly recommend it. There's no affiliate. If you don't know this, there's no affiliate thing here or whatever. This is just for fun. So anyway, I hope you guys found it helpful and this wasn't too long-winded. And I will and catch me on stream or whatever if you want to watch some video games or check out my YouTube reviews if you happen to see this. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Toodles.